Hi, it's John Cronshaw here with my author diary for the weekend in July the 19th, 2026. I've had a busy week. I've been working on getting Five of Swords ready for the editor. So I managed to get that done. That ended up taking a bit more work than I would have wanted because I noticed a massive plot hole. So kind of had to go back and basically write a new chapter and bit of a mess, but I've sorted it and it's all good and I'm pleased with what is there now. So Five of Swords anyway, that is going to be edited next week, and then week after, once I've gone through my checks, I'll start posting it on Patreon. So what is it? Yeah, next week as well will also be the release of Three of Swords on Amazon. So this is obviously the third book in this new Ravenglass Chronicles sequence. You can download it now on Patreon, and the chapters will be deleted over the next few days just so I don't get a clash with Amazon because it will be in Kindle Unlimited. So as well as that, I also went over the audiobook checks. So I've got the audiobook for basically books 5 to 8 of the Ravenglass Throne. So this is kind of the second arc of that series. So I've just been going over the audiobooks without some corrections. So hopefully should have an audiobook out within the next few weeks. So as soon as Emmy gets the corrections done, submit it, and then it just takes ACX, which is the publishing platform I use, it just takes them, can take a few days, can take a few weeks in order for it to go live. So we will see. Hopefully that'll be in a not too distant future. Second audiobook will be out in that series. And I've also started getting auditions for the Silent Watcher audiobook. So hopefully that will mean I'll have an audiobook, ideally near to the release date of that book. But yeah, watch this space anyway with that. Another thing I did this week, which was I do have a project tracker on my website, and this is to track things like open projects and launches and things like that. And I don't know, some people have accused me of having an ADHD brain in the past. I disagree. But what I did, instead of going through my project tracker to look at what I've got as open projects, I actually went through my writing folder. So I've got my writing folder and it's all, obviously broken up into different series, which again is broken up into different individual titles and things like that. So I went through and looked at all the open titles I've got. So this is all my works in progress, and I've copied them into one folder. And there's a lot of stuff. I think, really, there's probably about 30 different files in that folder. Now, these vary from a short story that I need to finish and polish, to novellas that need finishing. There's a few, there's quite a lot of novels that I've maybe got like 20% into, or I've even got like a solid draft of that I've just kind of left. So there's just loads of stuff in there in various states of completion. But what this means is I've got loads of stuff that I can work on. I just need to. I think my project, once I've got a few things out of the way that I'm working on at the moment, then that'll probably be my focus, because there's stuff in there that's like from 2018. There's a novella, a Wasteland novella that I have a first draft for, and it's a nice little story, but I never did anything with it. So there's quite a few things where I could probably spend a bit of time on them and get them up to a decent standard. There's probably stuff in there as well where it's like, okay, that was a fun little project, but it's kind of not really worth doing anything with. Like I have got a Lord Sidebottom novel that I never did anything with, and I think I've got about 30,000 words into that. And I like writing a Lord Sidebottom character, but for a novel, I don't have a steampunk audience. It'd be, I don't know. So there's a few things in there where it's like, I don't think I'll be doing anything with that. But it was a really good exercise, and there's a lot of stuff. So I think my priority really will be to get the short stories done and dusted. Because it's like, I think there was a few. No, there was a there was like a Maya story like a prequel story from Maya's perspective from Ravenglass Legends. And I think I've basically done that. I think I've got a draft of it. I have definitely edited up until I think the last third. So yeah, there's probably like a few hours work, maybe a bit more to do on that. So yeah, there's just quite a few things that I'd forgotten about and have looked at over the years. But of course, my priority next week. Now I'm finished with 5 of Swords. Obviously, I'll start 6 of Swords, but my priority is to get back to RF Dragon Core Book 3. I think a couple of focus weeks on that, I should get that finished, or at least a decent draft anyway. So until next time, cheerio.